I'm live. All right. All right. Are you ready to break some stuff, Dutch? Are you ready? Are you actually ready? We are about to do this. Sorry, I'm a little. There's some trouble getting some kids to bed. There was some trouble, but I think I got that sorted out. I made a new repository. I'm about to open that up. Made a new repository. Go workspace bug. That's what it's called. My hope and goal is to like just hand them a repository. Scott B, what's up? How are you doing? My hope and goal is if I can reproduce what we were struggling with the other day, we can basically hand them a repository and say, look, you know, commit A is working, commit B is not working. Please fix. That's the idea. But we're gonna have to write some code to do that. So let's get into it. All right. How's everyone doing tonight? All right, let's first start out with some folders. So we're gonna have app A, appa, and then we're gonna have abba, appub, 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 app B. Oh, I made that folder inside that. Oh, I screwed that up. App B, and then we're gonna have apps. No, I did it again. App C. All right, so basically what happened is we did a Go workspace, and there was a bug that I found. I found truly unacceptable if my beliefs are correct about it, because it had one completely unrelated project breaking another completely unrelated project, and I was pretty furious actually. But then I realized like maybe no one's ever done what I was doing, because a lot of times they use workspaces with related projects, and so like maybe no one's ever filed a bug for it. So I should try to reproduce it, try to file a bug instead of being furious. All right, let me delete this folder, delete that. Yep. All right. Now we need to create our Go workspace file, go.work. Let's see. Package would be, this would be github.com slash null channel slash go works. Oh, it's go work pace. Go work pace bug. There's a bug in the naming. It's fine. I think that's what I called it. I don't rename my folders so they match what's go work. Yeah, work pace bug. Well, there'd be bug. It's fine. It's fine. And then we'll just use like normal. And we'll do app A, app B, and app C. I believe that's good. Is it not package? I forget what the. I don't open a Go Workspace folder that often, so give me just 1 second. Oh, it's module. It's module. Yeah. Of course, it's module. And we'll do Go. We'll do Go 120. There we go. Ask Cody to fix. This is fine. I'm sure it's fine. I do think we need to go in there and do like a Go work in it. Go 121 did release. Should we test it with map merges? You know how often map merges is going to be abused? I was going to cover 121 in the release notes on Sunday. We're going to go over it. So Go, Rust, anytime there's a major release, I try to do just a quick overview, like just to read over it afterwards. So that's what I was going to do this time. At the end, we just go over the release notes. So this is WesTerm, and I've been using WesTerm and Alacrity. So I've been using both of these. What I didn't know is, I guess WesTerm has multiplexing built in. I just never used it or knew about it. WesTerm, and I have pretty simple needs for like why I would use multiplexing anyways, like I was saying. So I want to give it another shot and actually try to use its multiplexing and see if it's better than using something like Zellage. So you know, I was using Zellage to do that, and it's okay. I'm not sure I'm in love with it. But so I'm playing around, because the one thing I have found, what I'm trying to do is make it easier to do stuff on stream. So like when we're doing my Twitch alerts, it's actually difficult to have all of that stuff. And that's where the multiplexing would really be helpful, where I could be like, hey, let's debug this. And I have a debug environment where, because to debug Twitch events, I have to have the Twitch CLI running as in server mode. I have to have a command line where I run the thing to tell it to run an alert from the server. I have to run my project, and I have to run the web front end from mine as well. So I have to have 4 terminals, and it gets a little messy if I'm just opening up new terminals or doing tabs and stuff. So anyways, that's where the multiplexing could come into play. So I'm trying to figure out some stuff to make streaming a little bit better. Yeah, this is Zellage. So this is like Tmux, except a little bit simpler. So you know, I can do like Control T and in and create a new tab, and then you know I can hit Alt and go between my 2 tabs. So this is tab 2 here, and you know I can go between tab 1 and tab 2. You know, pretty standard. Pretty standard. All right. CD code. Let's see. Go work pace. That's gonna be embarrassing, guys. My my repository for the bug is called Workpace. You're welcome. Yeah. So this is i3 up here. What you're seeing up here is i3. It's I have my dot files. You can have it. It's not very much. I do a little bit with i3 bars here, but half of it doesn't even work. Like the volume doesn't work, uh, because I. Anyways, we can get into why it doesn't work, but I think Zellage has one thing on Tmux, one easy thing on Tmux. It's pretty simple to get into. Like honestly, um, it's there we go. I have a new tab and it's fairly simple. I like Zellage. Now, I keep trying to exit it like I would. Um, I'm trying to also find the most minimal. I feel like if WesTerm has the needs I have for multiplexing, if I can script it out uh, appropriately, because like I said, I want like a debugging my Twitch alerts workspace. If I can do that, then I can then I don't need like the one thing that I don't usually use is like long lived sessions. So I know like with Tmux, you can have a session and then, you can rejoin that session. I don't really use that or find that useful. 99 times out of 100. I love Tmux, but I've installed plugins. Now I'm cheating. um, yeah. So you know what? So Dutch, you think it's useful when remote working? Do you? I don't really. I have a couple scripts to connect to different networks, and I don't find having a stable session saved. Oh, okay. Well, I never had something like that. So I guess mine's never been like that. I could see that. Like I said, what I'm doing for streaming is not that. That's not what I need. It's more like, hey, let's do this thing. So I'm not connecting to those sessions, but there are definitely instances, especially like SREs. I use Tmux a lot for the saving the sessions. Again, that's not what I do a lot of. So this is for building code. I'm mostly looking for building code, so I don't need that for Tmux. Another thing that we've done with that I've done Tmux with is like sharing a terminal session. So you can use Tmux with something session, terminal session, and basically work with somebody. I do that. I have used it for that in the past. I haven't used that recently for that, but that was pretty nice as well. And that was Tmux and yeah. The screen sharing with Tmux. It's Tmux and something. There's something that you have to run with it. I don't remember what it. This is like 3 years ago, 4 years ago since I've done that. Teammate. That's what it is. Thanks, Scott B. Teammate. I was wondering. That is super powerful. Agreed. Agreed. But that's not what I'm using. That's not what I'm looking for on this machine. This machine, I'm looking for something to stream with, stream development on my local machine. Like this is not. This is why I'm hesitant, because the thing with Tmux is I feel like it's without a bunch of plugins and custom configuration. Like I really hate Control B. I really hate Control B. It's to me, it's not a natural hand movement. I'm not a fan of it at all, honestly. So having Control B be my thing, and then you start customizing, and then you start adding plugins, and then all of a sudden you have this custom thing to you. And somebody's like, "How do I do X on Tmux? Because I see you do it." And I'm like, "I don't know, because that's not my setup." And that's not helpful, especially as I've become more like I'm trying to be a little bit more of an educator. I feel like I need to stay more towards like what you get out of the box, because if I'm not what you get out of the box, then it's hard for me to educate somebody on it because I'm so far like removed. I don't know. I don't know. I've struggled with it. Control space is great. I love control space. Um, That's what I actually use as well. Control space instead of Control B, because Control space you can hit like I don't know about you guys, but I with Control space I hit the thumb and like right here. I don't even get the pinky. It's just kind of like a thumb and press down with my hand. I don't even have to move my fingers. It's amazing. I like Control space. Control space and Alt are the same. Very easy to use. Oh, cool. It's fine. I'm obviously not competing. So I happy for people. I would be happy for RWX Rob, that's what I'm gonna call him. RWX Rob to come here and plug it himself. If he wants to join me on stream to promote to you guys, absolutely would love to. If he's helping people, that's pretty awesome. So, all right, let's go work. I think I need to do go work in it. Let's see. I already did this. Do I need to do I need to go do in it yet? I think we're good. What I might need to do is create Go applications in here. Main.go, boom. You know what, that's maybe dangerous. Yeah, I guess I don't need to do the Go work anymore. I think I'll just create new modules. I think it was telling me it didn't know what this is, but I think it's just maybe a little confused. So we'll try to just create the modules in the projects and see if that fixes everything. All right. So we'll just do that over here. CD app A. All right. So then it's go mod init, and then our domain, which would be github.com/null channel. There's a dash in there, channel, and then this would be go work pace bug /app A. There's no go mod in the parent directory. That's not how it works. I'm saying that like super confidently, considering like 2 weeks ago was the first time I used a Go workspace. So I say that with way more confidence than I deserve to have. Maybe I am an AI. Yeah. At B, okay. Go mod in at B, done. App C. So basically how this is going to work out, what I'm doing, and this is going to roughly look like what we did the other day, was basically there are 3 apps. And these 2 depend on this one. So I don't know why it chose those as my line endings. Okay. Let me. So these 2 depend on C. So app C has some external dependencies. We'll write something in mux. And then this is app A, and this is app B. So, but these two shouldn't have any dependency. So this is what I think happened, what seemed to fix our project. And so, yeah, I'm going to recreate it. But effectively what we're going to do is we're going to make them both depend on C. And then we're going to break a dependency in app B, and that should break app A. That's what should happen. That's, in theory, what should happen. Oh, you found out the AI TikTokers? Now, are you talking about the people who TikTok about AIs or the artificial TikToks that were generated by AIs? There's actually two AI TikTokers. Ones are actually AIs driven by people, and this is what I like to throw in there. They're not AIs doing it. It's content generated by an AI posted by a person. You want app C to be app 1. So we want this to be app, you're wanting this to be app 1. And then I guess since C is 1, you want B to be 2. And then A to be 3. Oh. Oh, now I'm confused. Oh, you want this to be C and B depend on A. Okay, I wasn't getting. Okay, fine. Yeah, I mean, the real life thing. This was the proto-buffers. These were the apps that depended on the proto-buffers. Just to be clear, that was what we originally had. That's the thing that had the problem was these were proto-buffers. And this is important to include in the bug report if we actually do come up with a bug report, is like the actual real use case. And this was the proto-buffers, and these are the things that depend on the shared proto-buffers. I think that's a valid real use case. All right, we didn't create app C. I wish that I had a little bit more developer OCD, to be honest. I feel like I think it's good and bad. Developer OCD can be a really good thing if you know how to leverage it well. It can be a really bad thing as well if you don't manage it well. All right, let's do a new file here. Main.go. Also, my strong dyslexia probably doesn't help with the like noticing details. Doesn't look like a whole lot to me. It's gotten way better as I've gotten older. That is one thing I have to say. I don't know if it's like the actual work that I put into it, or just as you get older, it gets. I know that they say that it gets better as you get older, but I don't know if it's because you force yourself. But you'll notice it's why I read like this. I can't keep lines straight if I don't actually highlight one line. I can't tell where I'm supposed to start in the next one. It gets very confusing. That's way more personal stuff than you guys needed to know, but there you go. There you go. All right. Let's see. We need a main function here. Freaking go. I got it. I got it. I keep switching back between. I wanted to then type fun, but it's actually a function. I think that actually throws me off more than I think it does is when I switch between Rust and Go quickly. Like a lot of times I'll write one for a whole week. But then there's like sometimes like I was just writing Rust earlier today and it can throw me off. All right, what okay, wait. App A is the thing that everything shares. So we're just going to write we're going to write app A here. Packet package main func main. Okay, so what we really want to do is we'll make this do a few things. Let's import mux. Yeah, let's import mux. I know that's like a strange thing to import as like a library, but like I'm just trying to have, I want to have some external. Actually, I don't need external dependencies in this one. It's the downstream ones that need to have random external ones. So we're not going to do this. We're just going to make some add we'll have it return a string. Yeah, I want to keep it at. So the only thing that I have to keep in mind is that the app C and B have to have external imports because it was the external imports that broke. Should we do it with protobuffer? Should we make app A be a protobuffer? I have the stuff. So you know what? Let me just should I do that? That puts a dependency on it, but it is real life what it was. That's more than I wanted, but you know what? Let's do it. Here's my protobuffer stuff. I'm gonna copy over this make file. It just does the build protobuffers. It's nice, so it builds them all out in the right. And instead of proto, we're going to call this app A. Actually, maybe I should just rename it to proto. That's what it was. And it will make sense for somebody reviewing this as a bug report. I'm like so positive that I have a bug here. Like I'm gonna laugh if it all just works, not how I expect it. If it all works, I don't know what we had, what our problem was. Like you were there with me, so I know that I'm not crazy. Like it was rough. It was rough. Okay, so this is our proto project. Let's copy in a proto file. We can just use one of these. Very generic, pretty much nothing, just very basic proto file. The other great thing about protobuffers for this experiment is not only does it pull in a bunch of dependencies, but it's also pretty standard. gRPC is pretty standard. So I think that's a fairly good test. It's big in the Go language. Okay, got protobuffers. This should build it now if we do make build build proto. I had these in like a folder for each one. Let's update this make file. We'll just build any proto files in that directory. And that should generate us some Go. That looks good. We have a main Go here. Okay. Let's go build. Is it not module? Is it not module? I thought it was module. I thought I looked over here and it was module. Go work. It's nothing. I thought I needed a module here. Excuse me as I delete that. Nothing to see here. All right. We'll go with application. Oh, that's there we go. Let's see. You are right. You are right. All right. And it's building. Cool. Let's do a Mux app in C, and we'll do like a, I don't know what we'll do here. We just need to have some imports. So that's what we need. We need to have some imports. So let's go get Mux. Oh, you know what? Now it really doesn't make to have a B and a C app. We need an A and a B app because we have Proto. Okay, 1 second. Renaming these again. App. Well, I don't need to rename that one. That one can say app B. This one just will go to apps A. It's a work in progress. I thought this through really well before starting. That I did. All right. Okay. So app A is going to be a Mux. Let's go to app A. And then we're just going to do this. Nothing fancy. Anything else that we should they already had main in that. Anything else we should include? Let's see. Let's do, you know what? Let's just jump into examples. We're just gonna yank a whole example. Do they not have, okay, the authentication middleware, example route test. Let's see. Maybe we'll just do this. Should be simple. Not as simple as I was hoping. 1 second. Slightly worried this isn't gone red. I feel like it should be red at this point because like none of these are actually there. But you know, It's also not like auto including. Something's wrong here. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, this is what was wrong. There we go. Now, okay. This is what I was there, and my auto thing auto imports it. Okay. If the go work is wrong, everything's wrong. If go work isn't happy, no one's happy. That is the truth. Everything's broken. All right. Let's see. We need a home handler. We need a home handler. All right. I don't really care what these do. Like this is fine. Whatever. Okay, so let's check out our Go mod. Okay, so this is my only dislike here. Is I really needed more than one, I think. We can try it with one. Let's just try it with one with each. Okay, so let's do an app B. Oh, it needs to actually depend on the proto buffers. So let's do that now. So let's do github.com/null channel / go work pace bug /proto. And we'll just do PB. That's pretty standard. Okay, and then over here we'll do something with that, like pb dot application server client, which is this is good. This is good news that it came up with that. It knows what this is. We'll underscore equals. Okay, C equals this. It's going to be unhappy at me. We're going to fmt dot print. Will this appease it? I don't know. Can I do this and appease it? Maybe. Let's see. Oh, I can't use this directly. 1 second. There's the messages. The action, not the client, but like we can just use the message. The we have a message in there, don't we? What proto? Yeah, like the client create application requests. That's what I was thinking of. Is this not a struct in there? Create yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay. So we'll just do that. So now we have our dependency on a thing inside of our workspace. Beautiful. Let's go run go mod tidy. Go mod tidy. Cannot find module. This. It's trying to read it from GitHub. That's not what it's supposed to do, is it? Let me try 1 second. Do I have to build it from the Go workspace directory? I shouldn't have to because it knew it was in a workspace. Oh, it builds fine. It builds fine here. What? But Go mod tidy doesn't work? Is tidy something you can only run from the workspace? Hmm. This is public, right? Yeah, it's public. I mean, it's not going to find the module here because I haven't pushed any code, but it should be using the local. Am I wrong in thinking here? I feel like I don't know. I feel like every single time I think I understand Go Workspaces, the rug gets ripped out right from under me. I thought it was to save us from doing replaces locally. I mean, you know what? We can just replace the code in here. That's fine. I'm still not even that fussed about that. Even if it doesn't work, it lets me develop on this from one central place. We can go that Go's package management has always been terrible because it's Google. I'm just gonna look over this fact that this isn't working how it should be. I'm just gonna pretend it didn't happen. Let's move on. All right. So we need to basically do the same thing for app B. I'm just going to copy and paste. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, done. And that's building. All right. So, what we had happen was app B. This is so weird. It has a sum here. Look at this. I can't run go mod tidy. So I don't know how this is working here. It doesn't even have the right stuff. But somehow the workspace has a work sum now. And look, it has this proto. I don't even know how it built app B. It doesn't have a go mod sum here. It doesn't have one. This tutorial introduces you to the basics of multi-module workspaces in Go. With multi-module workspaces, you can tell the Go command that you're writing code in multiple modules at the same time and easily build and run code in those modules. In this tutorial, you'll create 2 modules in a shared multi-module workspace. Make changes across those modules and see the results of those changes in a build. Maybe you're right, Dutch. Maybe you're right. I'm going to read this. Every single time I get an idea, because if the parent directory has a module, I would say 100% this is something that has to be checked in. If it has a Go mod, like Go mods need to be checked in, not the sums, the Go mods. I mean, we can argue about the sums, but each time it gets a little, I feel like I get jerked both ways. Like it will go one direction where like, no, you shouldn't check in the workspaces, and then the other one is like, I don't know why you would use it at all if you don't check in the workspaces, because then the replace work just as well. All right, an installation, blah 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 blah. This tutorial requires Go 118 or later. Got it. Create a module. Okay, we did this. Hello. Yep. Let's actually run these. So this is just straight in the module. They did it in the module. Go work in it. Use hello. Done. They're cloning a new repository. They're saying use that. They added it to this. Got it. Add the new function. All right, modify this to use it. This is releasing it. Ah, here we go. Go work sync. So I can't use, I'm guessing go mod tidy is an anti-pattern here. I go here and go work sync. Ah. And this syncs. I would think that these are, I'm going to delete the go sums here. 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to delete these things. And now I'm going to do the go work sync. Does it create the mod files or the sum files? It seems to. So maybe you just don't use go mod tidy. Okay, let's try building these again. Go run app A, main.go. Boom. Wait, do we not do anything in app A? I thought that should host a web server. Oh, it does not actually call the actual thing. What is that called? It doesn't call serve. Right? It needs to like serve it. Here we go. It needs to do this. You know what though? I'm happy it doesn't serve it, so I'm just gonna run there we go. That way we just know that it's working. Not serving it, just return. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to throw this in. Return from app A. And then we're going to add this to app B. All right. App A, app B. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful. Real test now. The real test. The real test. I didn't know that the Go Work Sync, and maybe the Go Work Sync would have solved my problems if I had done it. Maybe it would have. Maybe that's my bad. Watch this. We're going to Jimmy this a little. I don't know why Jimmy gets all the bad. Now, A should still work. Nothing in A was broken. B is broken. But B and A have no dependency on each other, and nothing that's in A has a dependency on B. B is wholly its own. Okay. Maybe the Go Work Sync. Do you think that would have fixed all my problems? I think I was using Go Mod Tidy, and I think Go Mod Tidy was going to my remote repository. It wasn't observing the workspaces, and that's why it was never fixing the dependencies. Because I could never get those dependencies to be corrected using the tooling. Like I had to actually go into the files and correct the modules. I was using Go Mod Tidy. I think maybe that's what it was getting me. Huh. I don't know why I said go build app A. But now if I do app B, it should fail. It's not failing. Why is it okay with this garbage? Do you not see what your sum looks like? One second. Why is this working? How dare you work? This is the most garbage sum file I could make. Go you. That's right. All right. I'm glad that they at least want the version. I'm glad that go you is at least not valid. Can't click these things either. You got to do everything through the Go Work. Let's see. Let's do this. But let's do a different version. There we go. How does it do this? I don't understand. So, what ended up fixing the last one was that there was a repeated line in the requires. But that doesn't seem to be upsetting this one. This one's fine with it. This one's got it. And the go sum is complete garbage. literally fixing my entire app the last time was deleting a duplicate field that had a different version and then building my other application. There we go. We got it breaking. Now let's go try to run app A. This is what I don't like. Here we go. I did it. I fixed it. This, I think, is a bug. App A does not depend on app B at all. App B has a bug in its Go module. I don't think this should break it. Here we go. It's all broken. And I think that if we had any external dependency, it would say that it failed. So let's actually add another external dependency to app A. Let's fix this for right now. What did I just do? Yeah. Okay, I undid it. Wait a second. Oh no, I accidentally undid the renaming of this file. What? Visual Studio is... This is why I think I just want to give up on Visual Studio Code. Sometimes it does the strangest things that I don't mean for it to do. All right, so now we have it working again. Let's get another dependency, external. Okay, you guys pick. External dependency to add to A. What do you guys want it to be? I'm staring right at you, Dutch. I don't know why it's so hard to come up with a random external dependency. Like, the only thing that's coming to mind is Cobra. That's it. Logris. Let's do Logris. Sounds good. So the only thing I'd like to do with this is like to show them that what it was doing with me is it was showing all the imports as bad and broken because there was one bad and broken import in another one. I'm glad I'm not smoking something. We reproduced it. Sweet. Golang Logris. Now, if you're using Logris, I think that you should probably move on. There's actually some different, like if you're talking about like the zip library, I don't know that that Logris is what I would go with. I say zip. It's zip or zap. I don't really know. There's zip or zap. There's Apex. There's oh yeah, right here. Zap, Apex. It's zap. It's zap. Okay, there we go. Sorry. And zero log. Logris, I think, was really, really good. I think like at this point it's time to... It was like the pretty good standard, but we'll do Logris for right now. They're still supporting Logris. Don't get me wrong. They just stopped actively developing. They were basically like to really go further. To really go further, it would really rewrite it like Apex, I think he said. Yeah, loggers would look like those had it been redesigned. So, anyways, I don't know. Just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. You think Slog will replace all of them? I've never used Slog. Have you used Zap? That's what our teams use right now. Even though I couldn't remember it. It's actually pretty fast. It's actually pretty fast. We use it for the microservices. It's nice. All of them are fine though. I'm sure. So we're just gonna steal this. And honestly, Logris is more than people need for the most part. I'm not hating on Logris or anything like that. Just merely stating that there was some alternatives out there at this point. Um, so now we need to go work sync. All right, pet peeve here. Oh, now you changed it on me. Now oh, okay, we'll do it for extra pretty logs. That's what I need in my error logs. Angry faces. Angry faces is what I need when I'm in there trying to debug. That's how I know where the log is. The it has an angry face. All right, let's Oh, wonderful. This is the production thing that I want. Oh yeah. Beautiful. That's just fata. That's what that is. Fata. Pretty sure I'm cussing if I say fata. All right. All right, we'll do not import, and we're not gonna call this log. We're gonna call this log2. Keep it extra confusing. All right. Enough of an example. Let's go work sync. Let's see why this is complaining. Could not. No required module path provides. So go work sync doesn't do the same thing go mod tidy does. Honestly, all their stuff is gorgeous. My problem isn't gorgeous. I wasn't saying that. But I don't look for gorgeous for my production log. Is it efficient and fast? Does it not consume a ton of resources? I don't know any of these things. I do know that it uses lip gloss. That's like all that it's telling me. I guess it's maybe structured logs. Let's see. It doesn't even tell me if it's structured logs, which... Oh, wait, yeah. It provides a standard structured... Wait. A leveled structure, human readable... This doesn't say structured logs. Leveled structure doesn't yell structured logs to me. That sounds like we got technically around. Yeah, leveled logging. So they have their debug and info and warns, but they don't have necessarily structured logs. It is a structured log. Okay. This was just saying it in a way that was not. Honestly, if somebody printed an emoji, I would be tempted to. I don't know. I won't finish that. Why does it say fata? I know that they're going for fatal. Is that how people abbreviate fatal as fata? I've never seen that. Also, I don't quite get the difference. It's probably how people abbreviate it. You're only going to. I hate you. Okay. So, we have a problem here. It doesn't run go mod tidy. It doesn't actually go get the projects. So if we try to build, it doesn't. So maybe I can go work sync, and then I can go into app A, and then I can go mod tidy, because it should have its transient dependencies. It's still looking for proto buffers, but it got all the other stuff. So that's gross. Is this a bug in itself? Should I report this in the same bug? That there's no way to do like a... There's no way to get all the dependencies for a workspace? Should I report that in a separate bug, in the same bug, or do you think it's working as intended? You know what, Nightbot? Nightbot, you're my friend tonight. He was trying to be mean to me. Today, you actually did a good thing, Nightbot. I'll give you a cookie if I only had an emoji for it. Cookie emoji. Don't, you better not, Dutch. You better not give him a cookie emoji. I think I'm disabling all moderation from Nightbot. We don't have anybody that's being a bad actor, and I feel like Nightbot just silences people more often than not. That we're like legitimately helping or trying to. Okay. Let's see if this runs. So GoMod Tidy isn't fully working at this point. So that means I have to do this in... This is dumb. Because GoMod Tidy won't do it. Is that... I feel like this is stupid. Maybe I'm just old and grumpy, but like I'm not... I'm trying to decide whether this is actually an actionable bug or just I don't like how it's implemented. Now, this is the real bug, I think. And so maybe I create two. If we come over here into app B and make this a bad import, we make this a bad import. App A has no dependency whatsoever on app B. I think this is a bug. The fact that it thinks Mux is broken, the fact that it thinks Charm Bracelet log is broken, the fact that it thinks Logress is broken, I think this is a bug. The fact that there's no way to go mod tidy, I feel is bad user experience at best. But maybe it's working as intended. What do you guys think? How should we report this? I mean, we have a repo that's fairly well, I think this fairly well documents it. Um oh no. They don't host it on GitHub, do they? Wait, is the Golang project on GitHub? Sweet goodness. I was thinking since it was a Google project, maybe not, but so I can make an issue here. Let's search for ones. That's a filter, not a search. My bad. I always do that. Oh, this is the one thing that I was going to say. Oh, no, this isn't vendoring, but go mod tidy, which is I want go work tidy. Go work tidy. Go module. Go is a hot dumpster fire. This is actually the thing that kills me the most about the language. Is just reading over this says like Go Workspaces wasn't really implemented in the first place. At least that's what I'm seeing. Like okay, this is an oddity, but not the same thing. This would be nice. Some documentation of what the Go Work sum is. All right. I think we'll go ahead and enter it as a bug. I think I'll just bring up the oddities of like no go mod tidy doesn't work. And so you have to go get each thing in each project, which is a horrible. The fact that go mod tidy doesn't work. I mean, the fact that go mod tidy doesn't work really makes using Go Workspaces painful. Like they have made Go Workspaces as painful as possible to use, I think. Because now instead of just opening the instead of cloning this project and just being able to do like a Go work tidy, you have to go to each one and do a go get on each one. Is that seriously what we're going to expect people to do? I guess maybe that's what we expect people to do. This is go. This is go. I Okay. Let's make a create a new. No, not a new repository. I want to make a new issue. I want to make a new issue. New issue. Bugs. All right. Please answer these questions before submitting your issue. Thanks. What version of Go are you using? 120.07. We'll copy this whole thing in. Does this issue reproduce with the latest release? I have not tried with Go 121 just yet. Do they really want all of this? Right, they were asking for what operating system and processor architecture are you using? So they just want this. And OS. Where are you? We'll do both of these. A complete runnable program is good. I wish it was runnable. That's the whole point. It's not runnable. That is the point. Affected package. I think Go Workspaces. The Go command. Go Workspace is part of the Go command. Standard library or anything else. Yeah. Sorry. I think I'm in the right space. Hopefully. Okay. I created a project. App A, App B, and a proto buffer application. You can see the demo project I have attached here. Let's see. We also need to commit this code. So we'll commit it 2 times. One commit in a working state, and then one commit in a not working state. I think that's nice. I think that's nice. Although the change is fairly easy. They can do a diff and they can see the change. They can just diff it and see. All right. Get add do get status. Get status. Looks looks good. Looks good. All right, now we need to flip it to not working, and we'll commit that. Now, if we try to run app A, this should fail. Beautiful. This is the problem. This should be an error no matter what they say. Get add. App A is now broken. Okay, cool. Cool. I think that's all they need. What I'd like to do is maybe I should have made the B change so I could do like a pull request. Is there an easy way to just do like a diff of the 3 commits? Can I see diff here? No, I want to see the diff between this commit and the main one. There's got to be a way, right? I feel like people have sent me this. Now, I know it's easy on pull requests and on different branches, but I mean on the same branch, different commits. Okay. You know what? I just have to do this. There we go. Here we go. Beautiful. That's all I wanted. I knew it was possible. I knew. It's not actually 2 different commits, though. It's actually just the last commit. This is fine, though. This is fine. All right. So this is our thing. I created a project, app A, app B, and a protobuffer application that holds all the messages between the 2 services. I created a demo application proving this bug. I'm reassuring them that this is a bug because this needs to be defined as a bug. You can find the demo code here. There are 3 commits. 3 commits. The first is the init of the repo. The second is the project in a working state, and the third is it in a broken state. The offending change can be found here. Okay. So let's explain as best as we can how we broke this and why this is horrendous. It's almost impossible to debug too, because you go here and you're in app A and you're like, why can't you find Gorilla Mux? And no command that you run in app A is ever going to find Gorilla Mux. Period. It just is not going to work. It's never going to work. Okay. So, Because the problem is it's in a different project. Let me explain the setup really quickly. The proto module does not depend on anything in the workspace. App A depends on the proto module, but does not depend on app B. Likewise, app B depends on the app the proto module, but does not depend on app A. All right. Long story short, if you accidentally break module B and vice versa, if you accidentally break, spelling is rough. If you accidentally break module B's go mod with a invalid with an invalid version, module A, who has no dependency on B whatsoever, will fail to build, and the LSP will say that all external dependencies. Is this the content people want to see? Bug reports. I think this is really important to do. This is really important to do. We found a bug. Maybe a bug. Maybe this is how they want it to work. I think it's a bug. I hope it's a bug. If this is working as intended, it feels really bad to me. And I can go into why not muddying imports, it feels bad to me in a workspace. Do you know what? Before I actually do this, let's make sure it's not a shared dependency. This could actually be not as big of a bug. This is mux. Let's remove mux out of here. I feel like maybe a shared dependency would be bad. Although, yeah, no, it doesn't matter because these don't depend on each other. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's a shared dependency. Never mind. Scratch that. Doesn't matter. Again, completely separate. All external dependencies in module A are broken. like this. Dude, you can't do it on godev.play. I made you a Git repo. I would expect that app A Okay. Does this affected package go workspaces fails to build when unrelated module fails? I don't know that that makes a ton of sense, but at least that's a searchable thing. That's at least a searchable thing. Endeavor. I knew it had an E, not an I. Another thing that I found in this interesting in this whole endeavor is that let's see. There was no way to run go mod tidy on one of the modules. I would expect to be able to do this using the either individually on the module or via go work tidy, something like this. Instead, creating two microservices in a mono repo seems a bit rough. No, that's not the right way of saying that. Creating two microservices in a repo is more difficult if we can't use those tools. All right. All right, what else am I missing from this chat? What else can I give them? You know, maybe this doesn't even make sense because this only happens. So, like, right now, go mod tidy would work. Like, if we go into app A and do go mod tidy, it's going to work. And the reason it works is because we pushed it. Maybe it doesn't work. Well, it should work now. I mean, it actually exists there now, right? It actually works, it exists here, proto, right there. I thought that this would work now. Okay, well, maybe it doesn't. I thought it would. I thought it would. For example, if you run go mod tidy in the demo project in app A, you get in app A, you get the following output. If this is another bug, I don't know if this is a bug or not. Like, to me, this feels like, I don't know. Maybe they just want it that way, but I hate, maybe I'm just going to enter another bug for this. I'm going to enter another bug. I don't feel like, yeah. I feel like it's a different topic. I mean, it's the same thing, but just usability. Um, okay, I think this was good enough. Let me give it a read over real quickly. What version of Go? We have a version of Go. Does this issue replace with the latest version? I have not tried 121 just yet. What operating system? We have what it's reporting. I created a project app A, app B, and a protobuffer application that holds all the messages between the two services. I created a demo application proving this bug. You can find the demo code here. Oh, I meant to do here. Thank you very much. Here, there are 3 commits. The first is the init of the repo, the second is the project in a working state, and the third is a broken state. The offending change can be found here. Let me explain the setup really quickly. The proto module does not depend on anything in the workspace. App A depends on the proto module, but does not depend on app B in any way. Likewise, app B does not depend on the proto mod. Depends on. Likewise, app B depends on the proto module, but does not depend on app A. Long story short, if you accidentally break modules B and vice versa, go mod with an invalid version, module A, who has no dependency on B whatsoever, will fail to build, and the LSP will say all external dependencies in module A are broken, like this. All right. I think that's good. I got a little extra white space in there. Let's try to fix that up a little. All right, let's see. I'm going to move this out. Oh, you know what? They might want me to just do the whole Go ENV. That's why it starts collapsed. I'll do this. All right, let's go back to the preview. Let's not have this empty space. That looks better. Don't save. Of course, I tried saving. All right, that looks good enough. App is now broken. Fantastic. All right. I'm not going to open up my other thing with them. Just we'll see how this one goes. See how the communication goes with it. I mean, if they decide this is a feature and not a bug, then my other one is definitely a feature and not a bug. Despite what I feel about it. So yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Everybody should upvote this. Go upvote it. Go thumbs up it. All right. I feel like I understand all of this much better. I feel comfortable with Go Workspaces. I guess I just have two main problems right now with Go Workspaces. And the first one is the inability to run Go Mod Tidy. Seems like a pretty big deal breaker to me. But the problem with this is that it won't work. This won't work without it. I can't have multiple things. I mean, I can just do replace in their Go modules, but Visual Studio Code, as well as what I found out, it's not just Visual. The language server depends on it. So without the language server support, I'm never going to be able to have a good debugging experience without the Go Workspaces, which means that I pretty much have to use Go Work But that means if I use go work, I can't do go mod tidy. And if I can't do go mod tidy, it means that every single thing in this, so we can open this up. Every single thing in here I have to go get. I don't want to do that. Right? Like, is there a better way to do that without go mod tidy? I guess maybe if go mod vendor works. But vendor's not going to work without. What am I to do? So, I mean, I could always just create a GitHub org, throw everything in there, and then don't do a mono repo. I thought that this would be a faster way to develop, but I feel like if I'm smacking my face into Go every single day, it won't be that fun. I'm going to have to think on this, honestly. It's not just this problem. I mean, this is a problem, but this isn't. This is more of a bad bug because it makes something that has no dependency on something else fail, which it's a bad bug, but that's not the that actually doesn't bother me as much as this does. The fact that this doesn't work, and I didn't see a very easy way. Go work syncs dependencies for the workspaces build list into each other workspaces module. See, I thought that seemed like it was supposed to work. Ooh, maybe I have to run go work sync in that. No, it didn't seem to actually do anything. So the problem is if I go and import something else, I have to either go get it or I can't run go mod tidy. It kind of stinks that I can't run go mod tidy. What would you do? What would you do? Besides writing go dep version 3. Because, you know, I'm trying to avoid rewriting go to package management for the 6th, 7th, 8th time. Let's see. I don't think reporting a bug is something people really like doing. I guess maybe I just go back to replaces. I was actually going back to modules because I'd like the I was going back to modules, but now that I understand the go mod tidy issue, I'm not sure I actually like that. Yeah, I think like just having them separate modules. Um I'd like to avoid separate projects for right now because I think that would just be an awful overhead that I was trying to avoid. Well, Dutch, are you happy? Are you happy that we broke it? That we broke it? I'm happy that I was able to reproduce it. I was almost worried that I was about to I was losing my mind. I was maybe a little worried. We broke Go. We made a pull request. I'm gonna sleep on this one. I'm gonna sleep. I'm almost thinking about creating a null cloud Git repo, Git organization, and just throwing it in there as separate projects. That feels so painful to me. Or just go with the Go replace and just do it old school. Like Go work doesn't even work. I was gonna say it does mean that I'm not insane, or well, I don't know that it means this thing doesn't mean I'm insane. I mean, when I fixed it, I had a pretty good idea of the thing that I changed that fixed it, so I was fairly certain. Now it just happened that I deleted the offending one, which also makes sense because I had deleted the one with a bad import number, which is you know yeah, I deleted a line, but so that's why I was a little confused there, but oh yeah, I did change all these imports. I think I might just do like the replace. Yeah. I am just it really seems like Go Workspaces was not designed for a monorepo. I really think, like, honestly, it's just that I'm misusing it. That being said, I think the way they think it's going to be used is way less useful. But, yeah. That's just my opinion. Maybe they do that type of stuff all the time. I personally don't do that stuff all the time. But, that's on them. I don't do a monorepo all the time either. Like, honestly, in my professional career, I've never done a monorepo because I don't like monorepos. So, I was trying to do this because I was trying to keep this as simple and easy as possible to get into. And the problem is maybe it's not a simple and easy problem to get into anyways, because the fact is we're running untrusted workloads for people. Like, that's the whole point of it. Like, that's the whole I don't know why I'm doing this by hand either, but it's the only way to talk and do something. I have to do something simple, so we'll do this. But the whole idea was to make it like I wanted to build a cloud provider from scratch. Like, if you can't build it, you don't really know how it works, and I wanted people to learn how cloud providers provide services. And so, like, the easiest way was to just do it and make an open source one that people could see and use. And I thought it would be great if we actually hosted it ourselves, so like they could just actually see the code running all themselves. Like I thought that was a cool idea. Um, why are you still angry at me? There's no red. You're good. Oh, oh, there's an actual error. We'll come back to that. I don't know. So to make it so that people could get into it, like at least at the early stages, I wanted to make it a single repository. That was the idea. Was hey, I'll make this stupid simple. With stupid simple, it will become easy. Um, but the fact is, it's not stupid simple, anyways. Like I could release the first 3 videos on what we're doing without any of the code even out there. So, so yeah. So maybe I just actually make an org. Break them into their individual things. Deving on them won't be quite as easy. But the cool thing is you can have your own workspace then. Maybe that's what we do. Next, so Thursday, I think I figured out how I want this to work locally. So like locally we have a problem because like some things don't work locally. Like it's some things like your TLS certificates don't work locally because those are your production TLS certificates. Kind of by definition, you can't have those production TLS certificates working locally, or shouldn't, in theory. Um, so one of the things that I am having trouble with here, just because I wanted to try to keep it as simple as possible, was users. Basically, Ori calls back to this thing when it gets a new user on this Ori webhook. Basically, creates a new user. And what I think we're going to do is we're basically going to have a little thing that creates this new user on the back end, based off of the Ori user that's already in there. Oh, let's bring Muxie back. Let's do that Thursday. I think that would be fun and less stressful. So what I was going to say is basically I want a little like helper program that you can run that basically takes your Ori login and injects it as a user so that you can debug locally. Like basically locally you can spin up, get that injected, so like you don't have to create a new login. But everything else runs locally. Um, so I think that's what we'll do. If we get done with Muxie in time, we'll start working on that. I don't know. It will probably just be a little Go app, like just another little app on the side to to basically. I think that's all we need to do. We need to extract your Ori user and pass it in. I think this is the big thing. Yeah. We need their ID, user ID, and really we just need their user ID and maybe their name. Maybe we need to update this model a little bit. Do we not have name? Really? We have the name of the resource group, but we don't have the name of the user? Oh, come on. How cold-hearted. Sorry, I gotta fix this. There we go. Yeah, Thursday, let's bring Muxy back. If we have time after that, we will jump on to making this easier to dev locally. I will have a plan. I might talk to you, Dutch. I might have a little chat on Discord about just the best way to do this. I'm thinking about keeping a mono repo for now anyways. Just even though the modules will be completely separate, effectively they're just going to be separate modules. Just for people to find one place for code. I don't know. Maybe nobody ever downloads it. Who knows? But I'm gonna think about it. Maybe we can argue a little, because part of me says, well, now's a better time than never to just break it off into different pieces, but I don't know. All right, well, that's it for me today. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm as tired as I am. I actually slept in okay. If you'd like to help, you're more than welcome to help. This is all open source. I am going to run it. Or I'm going to attempt to run it. The whole idea is to make a completely usable open source cloud that I think you've heard the spiel. The idea is that I have come to decide that I really hate infrastructure as code. And the reason I hate infrastructure as code is because, well, if I want to connect to a database, I don't really want to manage the database. I just want it to kind of exist for me. And when you really get into it, it's like, sure, the database is managed for you, but you have to create the database, you have to scale the database, you have to add connections. Like secure connection in AWS actually requires you to do some RBAC and stuff like that. So you have to do all of this work. And like, it's actually a decent amount of work to just have the fully managed database that you wanted. And so my thought here was like, how here we have this, with Bun, and in our basically in our configuration for our application, we have an SQL link. Our thing should pick up on that and do a fully scalable Postgres database, since it's a Postgres link. Like, that's the idea. You don't manage it, you don't set up the connection, and you don't even make the environment variables. You don't set up your own environment. I would like it to all be just automagical. The same with, I love message passing using something like Nats or what is it called? Kafka, of course. I love that, but setting all of that up is a ton of work as well. So what I'd love to have do is you generate your protos that your application uses, and you use interfaces with the protos, and locally you can use protos, whatever you like, but on the null cloud, it actually does all the message pass. So you have all the message passing with all of the traceability and the replayability, all kind of just done for you. I think that would be really powerful. I think it would be really useful. So if I know it's kind of ambitious, but if you like to work around, your Go is better than my Go at this point. Maybe ever. I don't know. I'm not sure that I was ever the best. I'm really decent at architecting. I say really and then decent. It's fantastic. Maybe I'm not good at anything, but I'm really decent at designing. I don't know that I'm ever a great coder. Maybe that's just imposter syndrome. Not sure. I get this problem because I work with a lot of people that I think are really great devs. And so, like, if I work with really good people, which I always try to put myself around some of the I always try to join teams that have people that are smarter than me, and so like it always makes you feel like the dumbest person because you're surrounded by really smart people, but whatever. I could just be dumb. That always crosses your mind. Maybe I am the dumbest person on this team. So do I have open issues? Well, no, not really. Let's go look at it. I'd like to get there. It's all pretty rough right now. So like there are basically there's only four projects. There's the API, there's the container builder and the container runner, and there is the UI. Those are like the four. These there's also the protos. I'm not really counting those. That's just the communication layer. Obviously, it's a thing, but there's just the protos. So, and basically the protos each. So, the container builder has its own proto buffers. So that's kind of the thing that we were going here. It owns its definition of its service. Anyways, so this builds a container inside of a container. That's what we did this last time. So this builds a container. But I mean, like, really, everything needs to be done. At this point, we're at the very start. This builds a container inside of a container. It uses build packs. I don't know if you've ever seen build packs. Build packs. So the cool thing about build packs, because what I'd like to do, like I said, my whole thing is to make it as easy of, I have an application. I want to deploy it on a cloud that scales. Okay, so you could run this on your own bare metal and have it scale as well, or you could run it in the null cloud. Who knows? I doubt the null cloud ever goes anywhere, but it's also fun, and it should make some educational content, I think. But build packs allow me to build a project with like a formula, basically, without having a Docker file, because sure, we're running them as containers, but I want that to be an implementation detail. I don't want people to have to think, oh, how do I build a container, and how do I build a small container, and how do I make a performant container and a secure container and a blah, 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 blah. I would prefer people be like, no, I make a container. Logs get aggregated for me in one place. I can make like a branch and have a red blue or red green or whatever you call it deployment sitting live just by clicking a button. I think that would be super awesome and super cool. So this means that they don't even need to know what a container is. You can give us a repository and we can build it. Actually, I have a sample repository that I'm using for testing. GitHub, null channel. So we have this test Eddington service. This is basically just a very simple ping pong Go server. So you send it a ping, it will send you a pong. That's all it does. But it allows us to build Go. We need to do, you know what? I'm going to make its own org. And the reason I'm going to do this is, one, this has a ton of stuff that I do for my YouTube channel. So everything that I do on the YouTube channel, I give it its own repository and, link it to it in that. It has a ton of that stuff. The other thing is we'll probably need to do more of these like test services. Like if we allow them to build Python, we should have a test in Python and in Go and in whatnot. Oh yeah? Spectro Cloud. Actually, yeah, maybe we do next Tuesday. So if Thursday is replacing Mux, which if you join Thursday, I'm happy to talk through what each endpoint is doing as we're like replacing Mux, which might be a really great intro anyways. And I'm happy to I'm happy to make a, maybe next Tuesdays, let's actually, I have its own place to live now. Let's make issues and flush out all the work that needs to be done. That's actually a really good. It might actually help me think about all the work that needs to be done. I've kind of been taking it one step at a time. Um, let's see. Wherever your apps go, we go. Crush complexity with fool like. They have a lot of words. I'm not sure I understand anything. So this sounds more like cluster management, which again, I wasn't going to give you a Kubernetes cluster. I think if you asked me in the end, would you be able to get a VM if you wanted a VM? I think in the end that would be awesome. Could you get a whatever that a normal cloud provider has? I think eventually that would be fun because, obviously not everyone wants to just deploy with the, I don't know, the pure serverless. That's what I'm going to call it because, like, literally you just write your code and it automatically happens to deploy. That would be fun. I think that would be amazing. And I'd probably be number one hosting of technical blogs, probably. Basically, you could just write it and push to Git, and that's the other thing that I'd love to have happen is like we watch Git for you, and so when you push a thing to Git, we're like, hey, there's a new version, and we can automatically deploy, or we could deploy it to like a green site, and as we slowly start to filter traffic off to it, and if it passes, if everything's coming back green after 24 hours, we can make it go live. I don't know, whatever. But this I'll have to look at what this is. Looks cool. Like I said, I think it will be a really good learning experience for everybody. I'm making it all out in the open, um, so that people can see everything that goes into it. I'm gonna make some YouTube videos that like go in depth on some of the troubles that we solve. Oh yeah, they do some stuff for the edge. So I'm not tackling the edge yet. The edge is, like next month maybe. Let me get all the other stuff like completely federating Kafka and stuff like that. The simple stuff. That's no problem. Done first. And then, next month we can talk about edge. Okay, that's cool. I think that's similar. I think I understand what you're saying. They basically allow you. It's almost like Argo CD. You define your app stack, like all your infra and integrations as like code. Basically, you build a stack, and then they let you deploy that wherever. Effectively, I actually think that the Null Cloud or Eddington, as the project is codenamed, I actually think that that could be similar to what that turns into. Basically, like as an open source project, if you wanted to deploy this somewhere, you can. And basically, it would effectively, you're not building a custom bundle, but it is kind of the bundle that you would have. And it could be deployed anywhere. And then it would run whatever apps. I think mine was more of a pre-described bundle per se. Like we have logging, but it's the logging that we've made. It's not like you get to build your stack of logging. Like no, the whole idea was this was simple. Like, and you get a dashboard with your logging. Um, oh yeah, Terraform, Rancher, AWS, cool. Well, Eddington should run on any conformant Kubernetes cluster. Um, yeah, it should. It should. I haven't really tested that. It runs on Kind. and it runs on K0S on bare metal. That's all I know at this point. Should I test more? Probably. That's a solid 2 months out, though. All right. Well, that would be good. Yeah, plenty of work. So if you're wanting to, yeah, we'll talk on Thursday some as we're bringing Muxy back. That I am using that in my AWS title. Let's go bring Muxy back. That way I put go in there. Go bringing Muxy back. I like it. Anyways, we're gonna be bringing Muxy back. Then Tuesday we'll do a ticket push. I think that sounds good. Next Tuesday. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking around and filing a bug with me. I don't think other people liked that very much. Writing a good bug is hard, actually, is one thing that I've found, is like being very informative is difficult. I think I did an okay job. I'll answer their questions if they have questions. Put plenty of words. Probably should have had ChatGPT write it, but I didn't. So that was my bad. And then, yeah, if you'd like to join, I'd love it. I mean, check it out. If anything, it's good to know about. Oh, yeah, for sure. I will check them out. I like I said, this looks interesting. I wonder if there's like a, I really don't. I'm not a person that needs a free tier, but I need a free demo to let me like try it out, because like they have these words: build your perfect stack, no sweat, the right integrations for every layer, not just the core infrastructure from your VM container workloads to the distro and OS. Like, it sounds cool, but like I kind of need to see it and feel it. We're good. I'm glad you liked it. I mean, I think honestly we could all learn to be better bug fillers. It's a hard thing to actually do well. I'm just looking for like a free tier here, like, or a pricing, or I just don't see it. It's hidden well. If they, I don't. I can just request info. I'm not giving my email. Oh, wait. Wait a second. All right, well, you found it. Am I just missing it? Like, I just didn't find a try it now or. Cool. So yeah, I'm not try the only management platform built for Kate's in production. Interesting. I think what we're doing is a little differently, but I think I'm going to give this a try. I'll at least play around with it if they let me. It says corporate email address. I mean, I'm not trying this as a corporate, so like I'm just trying it as my as myself. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, cool. But if they have a free tier, I'll give that a shot. Thanks for pointing that out. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to get going for tonight. Thank you for joining. I will see you Thursday as we bring Muxie back. And hopefully that's a not frustrating stream, although it might be a pleasantly frustrating stream for some. For others like me, it might not be. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully. We'll see.